What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about yesterday's loss to the Denver Broncos and can our Atlanta Falcons recover from yesterday's loss. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter or on Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit the join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to give my thoughts on yesterday's loss to the Denver Broncos and can our Atlanta Falcons recover from yesterday's loss. So I'm calling this loss yesterday the Mile High Massacre because we did lose the game by a score of 38-6. The Broncos literally blew us off the field and obliterated our team yesterday. But personally, I do believe that this Atlanta Falcons team can bounce back from yesterday's loss. I do believe that everything is still out in front of this team to possibly make the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs. We are 6-5. We still are currently the #1 seed in the NFC South. We're the front runners in the NFC South right now. We are 4-1 in the division. We only have one loss in the division to the New Orleans Saints. We control our own destiny moving forward once we come back from the bye. Now, I do believe that this bye week is coming at the perfect time for our Atlanta Falcons. And I do believe that this loss was necessary for this Falcons team going into the bye. Now we can hit that reset button. We possibly can get some guys, back healthy on this Atlanta Falcons roster. But yesterday was a game where you have to look yourself in the mirror as coaches, as players. The way that the Broncos basically demolished us yesterday, they beat us in all three phases of the game. Poor coaching, we was out-coached in all three phases of the game yesterday, no excuses. And I really feel like everything starts with the head man, Raheem Morris, as our first-year head coach, him being the leader of this group of men. He talked about yesterday after the game that one game doesn't define you. So we're going to find out if this team is mentally tough. We're going to find out if they're willing to make the proper adjustments moving forward in this season to finish the season strong. I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons team during the bye week are going to have to make some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball and the special teams. Starting with the defense, I really feel like we're going to have to stop playing 6 to 8 yards off the ball consistently. We're going to have to start mixing in some man coverages. We're going to have to start blitzing the quarterback and allowing our guys to be more aggressive. For our linebackers, Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson, Nate Landman, mainly Nate Landman and Troy Anderson. Those guys are mainly downhill thumper type linebackers. We're going to have to stop playing these guys so much in coverage. We're going to have to allow these guys to attack the line of scrimmage, and we're going to have to allow guys like Troy Anderson and possibly mix in some Richie Grant, playing some big nickel linebacker, and possibly playing Rashaan Evans a little bit more, who we brought back on this team, a guy who's a little bit better laterally, going sideline to sideline. He's a little bit more athletic than a guy in Nate Landman who's not fleet of foot. I really feel like that's one of the adjustments that we're going to have to make on defense is mix in on those passing downs, obvious passing downs. You're going to have to play Rashaan Evans. You're going to have to play Richie Grant, some guys that are better in coverage, and allow those guys to do what they do best as far as playing downhill. Now, as far as the defensive line, I really feel like they've done a good job of trying to mix and match guys and give other guys opportunities to try to find a spark. But being that we haven't found that spark on the defensive line, we're going to have to rely on blitzes to get pressure on the quarterback, and we're going to have to rely on stunts up front to get more pressure on the quarterback. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, and Zach Robinson, he's going to have to do a better job of understanding the rhythm and the flow of the game. He's been pretty good in his first time calling plays over his first 10 games of mixing in run and pass, but he has to learn to stop getting away from the run game. He's going to have to allow Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and this offensive line to be physical and them to establish that identity of running the ball first and then passing the ball off of the run. I really feel like in yesterday's game, he got away from the run way too fast, And in some games, he gets really pass happy. And ever since Kirk Cousins has had that game where he threw for 400 or 500 yards against the Buccaneers, it seems like we're relying on Kirk Cousins to throw the ball down the field instead of relying on this good offensive line and this good running game. So in the second half of the season, I want to see more balanced offense, running the ball, establishing the line of scrimmage, wearing down opposing defensive linemen and defensive lines, and then allowing Kirk Cousins to play action pass off of the run game. Now, on the special team side of things, we've seen some leaky yardage. Yesterday, they had a big kickoff return or punt return, and we seen Young Waku have that one game where he struggled. He missed those field goals. Outside of that, the special teams have been pretty solid. Bradley Pinion has been pretty good at punting the ball this year. So I don't see a ton that the special teams need to improve on outside of Avery Williams in the return game. I probably will put Ray McCloud out there a little bit more on some of those punt returns and allowing him to punt return. But I think that Avery Williams have done a solid job, at least of catching the ball. He hasn't done a great job at returning and getting us in good field position. And I definitely think that that's something that Ray McCloud may be able to add a spark, because he's a little bit faster as far as on kickoff returns and punt returns. But outside of that, I've been pretty happy with the special team side of the game. But those are a few things that I think this Atlanta Falcons team can improve upon heading into the bye week. They're definitely going to have to watch a lot of film, and guys are going to have to get on the same page. But if I'm some of these players that are on this team, the leaders on this team, Grady Jarrett, guys like Jake Matthews, guys like Jesse Bates, I definitely would speak up, especially the guys on the defensive side of the ball, that they can mix things up a little bit and put these guys in better situations. Because right now it looks like on the defensive side of the ball, especially, guys are playing out of position, guys are not comfortable, and guys are not being able to be put in positions to make plays. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on this Atlanta Falcons team. Do you think that we can recover from yesterday's loss? I still think that we're in the driver's seat, but we're going to definitely have to make the proper adjustments moving forward to seize this season and capitalize on this season to possibly be a team that gets hot down the stretch. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.